The first thing that is important in terms of the new estate tax law is that the exemption is now $5 million. That means that you can pass up to $5 million at your death, or even during your lifetime, to any heir. Doesn't have to be a relative, it could be anybody, and there's not going to be any federal estate or transfer tax. So we're talking about a tax for transferring assets from one person to another, which, by the way, has historically been much more important than income taxes. Estate taxes, they've been fighting about estate taxes since 1066, William the Conqueror. All that was about estate taxes. Income taxes are more recent. But that's the exemption, and we're going to talk about for a minute what the old exemptions were. But the new exemption is $5 million. And if you are married, the exemption, when you combine the two exemptions, is $10 million. The problem, or one of the problems with estate planning, is that this is the law for 2001 and 2011 and 2012, but in 2013 it reverts back to $1 million. And this is an enormous problem for people, because how can you plan when the exemption right now is $5 million and in 2 years it's going to be $1 million? And somebody might say, well, gee, Jim, you know, they're not really going to keep it at $1 million, are they? They're certainly going to raise it to maybe keep it to $5 million, and that's what most people think. On the other hand, if you had asked me in 2009, what are the odds of them repealing the estate tax for 2010 and George Steinbrenner could die with a $1.5 billion interest and the New York Yankees not pay one nickel of estate tax, I would have said, no, that can't happen. Certainly, Congress is going to get it together and they're going to pass something that is sensible. And I don't care if you're on the right or left side of the aisle, it just doesn't make any sense to have the kind of estate tax laws that we have, and to have the constant fluctuation, which some people call the Estate Planners Full Employment Act.